When I started looking for solutions to improve my vitality and performance, I came across a multitude of options on the market. Among them, VigorLong caught my attention due to its natural proposal and scientific approach to restoring men's health. I decided to try it, and, after a few weeks of use, I can share my experience. From the first few days, I noticed a significant improvement in my daily energy. Activities that used to leave me exhausted began to be carried out with more energy. This change was gradual but constant, indicating that the product was acting effectively on my body. One of the aspects that impressed me the most was the improvement in the quality of my sleep. Sleeping deeply and waking up refreshed became a constant, which had a positive impact on all areas of my life, from work to leisure time. The composition of VigorLong is a differentiator. Ingredients such as L-arginine HCl, Tongkat Ali, and maca root are recognized for their benefits to men's health. Knowing that I am consuming a supplement with natural components and backed by scientific studies gave me confidence and peace of mind. In addition, I noticed an improvement in my concentration and mental clarity. Tasks that required focus became easier to perform, and my productivity increased considerably. This cognitive improvement was an unexpected but very welcome bonus. In terms of physical health, I felt an improvement in my endurance during exercise. Training sessions became more intense and productive, and muscle recovery was faster. This motivated me to maintain a more consistent physical activity routine. Another positive point was the improvement in my self-esteem. Feeling more energetic, focused, and physically active had a direct impact on my confidence and general well-being. This internal transformation was also noticed by the people around me, which further reinforced the benefits of VigorLong. First, I want to say that I left the website pinned in the first comment, where I safely placed my order, after taking a quick look at the information. The packaging and presentation of the product are practical and make it easy to consume daily. Incorporating it into my routine was simple, and consistent use was essential to achieve the desired results. The brand's transparency regarding its ingredients and manufacturing process is also worth highlighting. Knowing that VigorLong is produced in certified facilities and undergoes rigorous quality controls reinforces the supplement's credibility. In terms of cost-benefit, I consider it a worthwhile investment. The results obtained exceeded my expectations, and the possibility of purchasing promotional packages makes the product even more affordable. The company offers a satisfaction guarantee, which demonstrates confidence in the product's effectiveness. Although I did not need to use it, knowing that this option exists provides additional security when purchasing. Customer support is efficient and attentive. I had some initial questions, which were promptly clarified by the team, reinforcing the brand's seriousness and commitment to its consumers. Delivery was fast, and the product arrived in perfect condition. This logistical care contributed to a positive shopping experience from the beginning. After a few weeks of use, the results began to consolidate. The combination of physical, mental, and emotional benefits provided by VigorLong has significantly transformed my routine. I recommend VigorLong to men seeking a comprehensive improvement in their health and well-being. Its natural formula, combined with proven effectiveness, makes it a reliable and efficient option. In short, my experience with VigorLong was extremely positive. The benefits achieved impacted several areas of my life, and I intend to continue using the supplement as part of my personal care routine. Over the following weeks, the benefits of VigorLong continued to intensify. It wasn't just a temporary energy boost, but a sustained change in the way I felt day after day. My mood when I woke up improved, and occasional muscle aches and pains were noticeably reduced. One of the most notable changes was in my relationship with my partner. Not only did the frequency of intimacy increase, but also the quality of those moments. The confidence I regained in myself had a direct impact on the emotional connection with my partner, and that was extremely valuable. Talking to other men who also use VigorLong, I realized that many reported similar experiences. This reinforced my perception that the supplement does not act in a generic way, but rather meets the real and common needs of many men, especially those over 40. The fact that it had no side effects was another point that pleased me. Unlike other solutions I had tried in the past, which had unpleasant side effects, VigorLong proved to be gentle on the body and effective at the same time. I also noticed an improvement in my overall mood. Before, fatigue and lack of motivation affected my patience and my relationship with my children and coworkers. Today, I can deal better with daily stress and maintain a more positive and calm attitude. One factor that surprised me positively was the improvement in my metabolism. The combination with light exercise and a more conscious diet enhanced the results. In a few weeks, I noticed a reduction in abdominal fat and a gain in lean mass, something that did not happen easily before. My routine exams also reflected this transformation. My hormone levels were more balanced, especially testosterone, which showed signs of recovery. This confirmed that the effects I was feeling had real physiological support. I then decided to make VigorLong a continuous supplement in my routine, not as a miracle solution, but as part of a comprehensive care for my health, something that I had neglected for many years due to the rush of everyday life. The interesting thing is that, even on the most stressful days or with sleepless nights, my body responds better. There is a kind of reserve of energy and focus that did not exist before. I feel as if I have recovered a younger and more active version of myself. I am happy to have chosen a product that does not promise exaggerations, but delivers real results. The brand's discourse is consistent with what is observed in practice, and this is rare today in a market full of empty solutions. I have always been skeptical about supplements. That is why it was important to start this process with caution. But after this journey with VigorLong, I realized that my resistance was more due to ignorance than to real foundations. We often ignore the body's signals, attributing everything to natural aging. But what I realized is that there is a way to regain control and improve the quality of life, even after 40 or 50 years of age. For me, VigorLong was that turning point. It brought not only physical vigor, but also emotional clarity and balance. And, above all, it gave me back the feeling of being in control of my health and my routine. Over time, I began to talk openly with friends about the supplement. Many of them started using it too, and reported significant changes. Seeing these improvements repeat themselves made me realize that this product really makes a difference. Ending this testimonial does not mean ending my journey with VigorLong. On the contrary, I feel like it has only just begun. And I hope that other men can also experience the same benefits that have transformed my life so profoundly. As the months went by, the effects of VigorLong became even more evident, and I realized that it had become a permanent part of my lifestyle. It was no longer just a supplement that I took out of necessity, but rather part of a commitment to myself. What was once a search for more energy and performance became a journey of self-knowledge and appreciation for men's health. I began to understand that, often, small adjustments make big differences, and VigorLong was exactly that turning point. For a long time, I accepted the decline in physical and mental performance as normal, as if it were an inevitable burden of aging. But this experience proved to me that it is possible to reverse this process and live a much higher quality of life. One of the most important changes was the feeling of control over my own body. The vitality I have regained has given me back an autonomy that I didn't even realize I had lost. That's something that no amount of money can buy. In moments of intense stress, where I would have felt exhausted before, I can now maintain my balance. This has helped me a lot in making important decisions, both in my personal and professional life. It's as if my mind works with more clarity and less noise. My confidence has also grown naturally. Today, I feel more comfortable in social interactions, meetings, and even in simple day-to-day activities. This inner change is perhaps one of the greatest benefits that VigorLong has given me. Regarding my intimate health, I can safely say that I have regained a level of performance that I no longer expected to have. And, more than that, the emotional security that this provides is immense. I have once again become proud of myself as a man. Another important point was that I stopped spending money on expensive and ineffective products. I had already tried other solutions, with miraculous promises and frustrating results. With VigorLong, I didn't need exaggerated promises. The results spoke for themselves. I also started paying more attention to my diet and sleep. The energy that the supplement brought motivated me to want to go further. This created a positive cycle of health, which has been growing day after day. It's interesting how a product can trigger such broad changes. It's not just about improving a physical aspect, but about reconnecting with what is essential: well-being, presence, energy, and self-esteem. Even my walks, which used to be spaced out and lacked much enthusiasm, became more frequent and enjoyable. Simple activities began to be enjoyed with more vigor, and this renewed my relationship with life. I made a point of recommending VigorLong to my brother, who was also facing similar challenges. Today, he thanks me for recommending it, as he saw a significant improvement in just a few months of use. Over time, I realized that many of my frustrations were linked to a lack of energy and motivation, and not necessarily to external problems. The supplement didn't solve all my challenges, but it gave me the strength to face them in a different way. I feel that VigorLong helped me rediscover the pleasure of taking care of myself. It's as if each capsule was a daily reminder that my health matters, and that I still have a lot to live with intensity and purpose. For all these reasons, I believe that VigorLong is not just a product. It is a powerful tool for any man who wants to regain his vitality, confidence, and quality of life. In my case, it was the best decision I have made in a long time. Getting to this point has made me realize how much I neglected my own health for years. I always prioritized work, family commitments, and daily obligations, as if taking care of myself were something superfluous. VigorLong showed me that self-care is not vanity, it is survival with dignity. Today, when I look back, I clearly see the difference between the man I was and the man I am now. And the most surprising thing is that this change did not come from something extreme, but from a simple decision: to try. to try something new, to give myself a chance. What VigorLong represents in my life goes beyond a supplement. It symbolizes the beginning of a new cycle, where I feel more prepared to face the challenges of age, with determination, confidence and, above all, with hope for better days. Many times, we men avoid talking about weaknesses, especially when they involve energy, libido, or self-esteem. I myself kept quiet for a long time. But I learned that admitting that something needs to improve is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of courage. That is why I leave this testimony as a way to encourage other men who may be experiencing what I experienced. Constant fatigue, lack of motivation, low performance, or simply that feeling that the best years are over. The best years are not over. They are in front of you, just waiting for you to take control again. And, for me, that is exactly what VigorLong provided. The resumption of control over my energy and vitality. I know that each body reacts differently, and that the results may vary from person to person. But what I can say with complete honesty is that, in my case, the effects were consistent, progressive, and transformative. It is not a magic formula, but an intelligent combination of natural ingredients that act precisely where we need them most. And that makes all the difference for those who want real results. Even after months of using VigorLong, the benefits continue. I feel that the supplement not only improves the present, but also contributes to healthier, more active and more confident aging. And if you are still in doubt, I understand. I also hesitated before taking the first step. But today, with everything I have experienced, I can say with conviction that every capsule, every day of waiting, every transformation achieved was worth it. I was happy to know that the brand offers guarantees, support, and a direct channel with the customer. This demonstrates responsibility, seriousness, and commitment to those on the other side. At no point did I feel abandoned in the process. I want other men to know that they are not alone, that it is possible to regain the spirit, desire, disposition, and joy of living, even after a long time feeling that all of this had been lost. If I could summarize this experience in one sentence, it would be, VigorLong gave me back to myself. Not as someone who seeks perfection, but as someone who wants to live with more fulfillment and truth. The decision is yours. But if you've come this far, it's because deep down you know you deserve more. More energy, a better quality of life, more self-esteem. And if there's something that can help you achieve that, why not give it a try? With everything I've experienced and achieved since I started this journey, I leave this testimony as proof that yes, it is possible to change. It is possible to reinvent yourself. And sometimes, it all starts with a simple but powerful choice.